in terms of my coaching philosophy and how it came to be, I think you have to go all the way back. I think most of us have to go all the way back to our family roots. And I came up in a military family. My dad was in the Air Force. And it was a very conservative atmosphere, very strict atmosphere. You know, it was pretty black and white. There wasn't a lot of gray area in my father's house, nor my grandfather's. But those men had a great deal of influence on me in areas of character. And, you know, I think for most of us, it wasn't so much what they said, but it's what they modeled. I think really and truly, at least one of the things that I've learned in my years as a coach, it's not what you say, it's what you model. And the most effective mentors are those individuals that spend time with kids every day. You don't go to a camp. You don't go to a clinic for 3 days and get that influential impact, if I could call it that you do from that individual whom you live with every day. And I saw telling the truth modeled. I saw that if you tell an individual that you're going to do something, you follow it through, irregardless of how it may adversely impact you once you make that commitment. And I was very fortunate because it just seemed as I moved through that stage of my life when I was passing through high school, I had some really good coaches. I had one coach, his name was Eddie Walski, and he was very influential and worked in the Texas High School Coaches Association. Now he works for the University of Interscholastic League in Austin, Texas. But he was a guy that I always kind of called my second father because he patterned what he taught me. You know, I could see him. And as my coach, I saw him every day. As I grew up, I met other coaches, a guy named Al Miller, who, if you know anything about strength and conditioning, you know that Al Miller is a legend in that field. But again, he was a soft-spoken guy. You know, his motto was, you know, to lead a quiet life, mind his own business, and work diligently with his hands. And that was kind of his three-prong attack to everything he did. So he didn't market himself. He didn't get out that way. He just went to work, and he lived out his philosophy. The individuals and Coach Bryant himself at the University of Alabama had a great impact on me. And the level of commitment. It was very interesting to me that while I never knew Coach Bryant very well, I worked under his staff, but it was the last couple of months of his life. I never really got to know him other than to shake his hand, and he knew who I was, and vice versa. But in all the time I spent at the University of Alabama, I never heard one coach that worked under him or one player that played for him say one negative thing about him. And to me, that's powerful. If you can go through life and have a testimony like that, I think that's rare. But, and then as I moved and progressed in the National Football League, Mike Holmgren had a tremendous impact on my life, in particular in terms of organization. Mike is an organizational guru, and it didn't matter. He taught me things just from observation of from staff meetings, things he said, things he said in private with us as a staff, and things he said in public, and how he handled and managed his team. All those things made imprints. So I think we're a product of the people that we are around to a great degree, and certainly that's true in my case.